Hi, my name's Graham Orr. I'm 48 years old, originally from Scotland. I'm a general manager with Boost Juice Bars based in Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm actually a graduate of the University of Strathclyde. I did my first degree there, finished up in 1998 with an engineering degree. Delighted now to have completed my MBA studies. A couple of reasons. It fulfilled a long-held ambition that I'd wanted to do an MBA for a long time. It's something I'd looked at and investigated and studied options, but also so that I can be a good example to my 3 children that education should be a lifelong journey. I wish I'd started my MBA earlier. There's never a wrong time, but there may sometimes be a more right time to start. I wish I'd started within 5 years of finishing my first degree, as then I'd had longer during my career to apply the learning. I'd looked at studying an MBA for many years, and like many people, I'd been concerned about how to balance work and family and studying, but everybody has that same decision-making process to go through, and we can always make time. I really enjoyed the learning journey. It was challenging. Some classes I enjoyed more than others. I really enjoyed the interaction with the rest of my classmates, both in the classroom environment as well as during the assignments. And in particular, I found that to be an advantage of the Strathclyde programme is that the assignments are group-based, which is far more relevant to the working environment. Also, having the classroom-based learning was more enjoyable, I would say, than doing it purely on an online basis. So I'd looked at doing an MBA for many years. Obviously, I knew about the Strathclyde programme being an alumni. I also looked at other options here in KL from other providers. Also options that are available online or by distance learning. I settled upon the MBA from Strathclyde, supported here by CDC, due to the local support available. The alumni discount was a compelling offer as well, but in particular it was to have the classroom-based learning and the flexibility of the programme. I was able to avail of that during my studies when I was assigned overseas, and I could sit the exams at the British Council offices in Ghana, for example. I started it 19 years after I'd graduated my first degree. I wish I'd started it earlier. My only regret would be not starting it earlier, but when I did start my studies with my peer group here in Malaysia, there was a real mix of experience levels and years of postgraduate experience, and I was able to apply a lot of the experience I've had from working internationally and to share my learning with my peers. I was fortunate also that my previous employer had sent me to business school in the US, and that really triggered my enthusiasm to re-engage in a longer term programme. Obviously, when I had done business school previously, that was more aligned with my employer's expectations, but I wanted something that was for me and that I could have the degree certificate at the end of the programme. I chose the Strathclyde programme based upon the mode of study, knowing that it would take me at least 2 years, but there's the flexibility to extend it for longer. I did enjoy the weekend-based classrooms, which is quite intense, so for those who are considering the programme, you need to understand that they need to assign that full weekend. I did find the flexibility very suitable in terms of you could complete it in 2 years, or if you have work or family commitments, you can extend it longer. During the pandemic period, we had to switch to online, which brought fresh challenges, but also introduced us to new technologies for collaborative work as well. So I'd had quite a broad work experience prior to starting my MBA, but there's a few classes in particular that I found most useful and that I've been able to apply in my most recent role. In particular, the marketing and IT classes. But one thing I really enjoyed was the strategy module, and arguably that was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do an MBA, was to have a better appreciation for the strategy aspect. And one of the most enjoyable courses within that was the scenario planning. The best bits would have to be the network or new network I have of peers, people within my cohort, within the McKinley clan. I had a very diverse background in terms of their industry, experience level, but I really enjoyed building a new network, some who were based here in Malaysia, others from elsewhere, and how we interacted both in our group work and online. And also here in Malaysia, all important, sharing makan together, getting some new experiences there. I'm general manager for Boost Juice Bars. I'm based in Jakarta, Indonesia. I've been there for just over 1 year now. Learnings that I've taken from the MBA, I've been able to apply, have really helped me transition out of the previous industry I'd worked in for more than 20 years into the fast-paced retail food and beverage industry, particularly as we are a growing brand. So I've enjoyed using the HR class as we're going through hiring processes, and as we build out our infrastructure using the IT class, but most of all the strategy modules to make sure that we're planning and executing our business plan well. My appetite or enthusiasm to continue learning. I have 3 teenage children. My oldest son is going to be starting university next year. So I plan to now take online courses in computer science so I can help to support him. In particular, I've signed up for a TEDx course with the University of Edinburgh. But I plan to keep on learning, so go for it. Everybody has concerns about how to have a balance between their personal life, their professional life, but arguably everybody can make time to do it. The right time is always now. So I encourage anyone thinking about it to go for it. I enjoyed it, I imagine they will too. I'm looking forward to the graduation ceremony. I graduated the first time in 1998 back in Glasgow in the Barony Hall, University of Strathclyde. I'm looking forward to graduating here in KL along with some of my classmates. I'm also looking forward to continuing my learning with Strathclyde with the summer classes that we can do as part of the programme. So looking forward to visiting Glasgow again in the future and keeping on learning.